everyone. Of course, this is Ruby D of Ruby D Artistry, and this is Soul Sunday with Ruby and Allison. So I'm actually just waiting for Allison so I can invite her or send her an invite. Hopefully, we don't have any problems this week with Facebook. I'm looking a little extra toasty today because we were out. Myself and Tara were out earlier today with our pop-up healing session in the park. So I got a lot of sunshine today. And it was some good natural vitamin D. So I'm waiting for Allison to start watching so I can actually bring her on so we can get started with Soul Sunday with Ruby and Allison. Hey everyone. Hey. Y'all know I'm getting used to, this new Facebook Live status, or y'all know Facebook forever doing updates. So, I'm trying to get used to the new format. So I thank you all for tuning in. But while we're waiting for Allison, today's topic, we will be discussing professional manifestation, or manifesting things professionally. Girl, Tasha, all is hair, girl. I'm just letting Shiva do what she do today. I've actually spent like the last week or so packing and moving and unpacking, and I haven't really had the time to, really do my hair, so I've just been letting Shiva run wild this week. But yeah, a lot of hair. Thank you, girl. Who, if you got as much hair as I do, I put in a ponytail for you. That's about it. But Soul Sunday. Soul Sunday is pretty much where Allison and I weekly we talk about different topics that matter that very few people discuss, and we like to do it on Sunday. That's where the name Soul Sunday came from. And like I said, this week we are discussing professional manifestation, or manifesting things professionally. We know we can manifest things personally into our personal lives and stuff like that, but there is a place for it professionally, especially if you are a business owner or an entrepreneur, or you are pursuing your career. I'm not going to say so much on the job, because usually when you have a job, you are, you don't plan on being there your entire life. And there she is. Hey Allison, I'm sending you an invite right now. But yeah, I'm waiting for Allison to come on so we can get this conversation rolling. Like I said, this week we're discussing professional manifestation. Hey boo, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good. I got me some sun this morning and some grounding.
I see. You
I
just glowing and stuff.
I know, right? I was like, I look a little extra brown today, girl. I look a little extra brown. How are you?
I am good. No complaints here. None at all. None at all. It's good to
Okay.
see you.
I know. I was now I don't too much scroll on Facebook no more, but every now and then I catch a status. So I think I read one where you were talking about you went to a play and then y'all had y'all skate party or something like that recently.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
I'm always up for fun. If I was there, I would have tried to go skate, and I can skate a little bit, but my ankles ain't that strong.
Mm.
So I would have been in the
We
middle.
did have a good time. We really did have a good time. It was wonderful. The support for the bad squad was tremendous. So
Mhm.
very, very wonderful weekend.
Well, that is good. That is good. And today we're gonna make it even a little better with Soul Sunday with Ruby and Allison. And I got on my black mental health t-shirt. I decided I'd wear this today.
I'm
But
jealous. I want one.
I have to tag you um and the girl that sells them or makes them, but I have to tag you. I have to go back and find, who she is, but I would
Okay.
definitely tag you. But since
Okay.
Allison is here, we're going to go ahead and get started. This is Solo Sunday with Ruby and Allison. I am Ruby D, the Goddess Entrepreneur and the author of the Goddess Grind book series, which focuses on you becoming the best version of you in order to manifest success personally as well as professionally. I am a chakra healer and expert, Reiki master. I'm certified in rational emotive behavior therapy, color therapy, working on art therapy, um, speaker, author, and yeah, I do all kind of stuff. Oh, radio personality, internet radio personality. That can't wait to die. And we have Miss Allison.
Peace and blessings, everybody. I am Allison Denise, and I am a transformational coach, speaker, budding author, one quarter of the Bad Squad radio show here in beautiful DFW, Texas, and upcoming podcaster. I am the founder of Be Still and Move and 501c3 nonprofit, the HDL Group. Both of these organizations have been designed in their own way to help you learn how to heal, grow, and live beyond that relationship status by becoming better and not bitter and enjoying your life on the journey. So I am very glad to be here. I'm looking forward to today's topic. I just love hearing about entrepreneurship, especially now that I have taken that leap. So I'm just looking forward to hearing some more stuff. Let's get to
So
it.
how long has it been today?
Today, let me see. Next Monday will be 5 months.
Oh, okay. Girl,
Next
you're
Monday will
working
be
it.
5 months.
You're getting to that 6 months, girl. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Carnell.
you.
We appreciate it. And thank you, everybody, for watching. Um,
What's up,
thank you.
man?
This Sheba, my Afro is Sheba. Sheba says hi. But real quick to our replay viewers, if you happen to catch us on the replay, make sure you comment your name and where you're watching from so we can thank you for watching and tuning in. And so we can also have an idea of where our audience is located. But
Yes.
today's topic is manifesting professionally or professional manifestation. Of course, when we think of manifesting, we think of, when we have a thought and it's us focusing on how to make it what we visualize or think become real or materialize. And we do a lot of that personally, especially when we make vision boards. And on the vision board, we put the type of car we want, the type of house we want, or, wanting to travel more or something like that. And now it's getting more to the point where, when we do vision boards, we do put, that we want to be an entrepreneur. But 9 times out of the 10, most of the things that we put on our vision board are more so personal things that we want. But today I wanted to actually discuss manifesting things professionally because we know as a business owner, it's not just something that we get into because it's a good idea. Hopefully, if you own a business or you become an entrepreneur, you are pursuing something that you're passionate about or it is tied to your purpose or your why. And in doing that, usually when we start the business, we start the business from a place of um, within us. It's a positive birthing place of where this business comes from. It's not created out of necessity or because we're trying to run away from something. But like I said, hopefully it's tied to our purpose, a passion, or something that we really want to do. And when we do that, because we birth this business, then it's ours. It's just like our children. And we always want what's best for our children. So, of course, if you know you need an accountant for your business, you're not just going to go out and get any accountant. You want to make sure that it's the right one that has your best interest at heart, that is going to be beneficial for your business and help you to move your business forward and help it to grow. Not somebody that's gonna go behind your back, take your money, and all of this other kind of stuff. But sometimes those people don't just come to us. We have to manifest those people. We have to really sit down and think about what qualities we want in that particular person to attract them to our business. So, that's just an example. I'm going to stop right there and let Allison go ahead and, you know, put her $10.02 in.
You will be doing that while I'm trying to share the video. Hold on a second.
I was like, oh, she can't share them, but my laptop is not in here. I actually need to put it in here, but like I said, we moving, we still organizing stuff, so I ain't got the office
That's
set
all
up
right.
quite right yet.
Congratulations on that today.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, all right. I just finished. Okay. So yes, when we're talking about manifesting professionally, like Ruby said, we do have a tendency when we are doing things like vision boards, just by nature, one of the first things that we start thinking about are things on the personal side. We start thinking about, the house we want, the weight we want to lose, the car we want to drive, being out of debt, whatever it is. But one of the ways that you will at least know that you are at least ready for entrepreneurship is if you find that you start having business goals and entrepreneurial goals that happen and happen to come to your mind just as quickly as those that you have personally. And the reason I think that this is so important today is because when we're talking about manifestation and uh, whatever it is you want to call it, law of attraction or anything like that, it's important to understand that what you think, what you speak, what you focus on mentally and in your thought life, it is going to produce, whether that's what you want it to produce or whether it's the opposite of what you want to produce. And so I'm really excited about this particular topic because I think it's important for those, whether you've been in business for 20 years or 20 days, it's important to get the foundation of understanding how do I properly manifest what I want? How do I put myself in the place for those things to connect with me? And what are some things that I may be doing to prolong my process? So I'm ready to talk about this.
Well, okay. Well, of course, I have my handy dandy little notebook with my little scribble, scrabble, scratch on it, my notes. So, when we want to manifest professionally and not personally, we have to understand that there are some differences. One of the main differences that I see when I'm, manifesting either personally or professionally is the place of my intention. When I'm focusing on something personal, the intention is, okay, what is it that I want, or what is it that I need, or what is it that I want to, be able to manifest. Whereas for my business, it's not so much as because 9 times out of 10, whenever we have a business, we start the business to provide a service or to fix a problem that customers have or that our clients are having. So when we manifest, we have to manifest from a place, or that intention has to come from, okay, how can I best serve this person, or what do I need in order to best serve this client? And when you do that, you're not thinking of yourself, you're thinking of other people. So I know me and Allison, we're both, self-love advocates, and we're all about making sure you put yourself first. But it's not for you to be selfish. It's for you to be the best version of you in order to be the best version of whatever it is that you have to be for somebody else. So when you are focused on, when you look at it and say, okay, what is it that I need in order to be able to best service my client or my customer, then you are pretty much coming from a place, like I said, the intention is not coming from I, but more so, what can I do to service this company, or I'm sorry, this client or this customer, or what is it that I can do to provide more of a seamless service? What is it that I can do, or what is it that I need in order to be able to provide top-notch service for my website to be, more user friendly than it already is, for the flow of information to be easier to get to. And so
Mhm.
when we focus on those types of things as far as the business. It's not so much that we're focusing on what is it that we need, but more so what is it that's needed to make my business better than what it already is.
Yes.
Allison.
um, I'm just going to piggyback on what Ruby has said. The biggest thing I want to talk about or stress is when she brought up when you are thinking in terms of manifesting something personally, it is from the standpoint of what is this thing that I need? What do I want to see happen personally in my life versus business, which is where you should, if you're not, you should be thinking, what service am I going to provide? What gifts line up with what I know is needed in society, whether that society is your community right there locally or a global scale. You want to start thinking from that standpoint. And so I'm going to come from where you have to combine the two. So as I mentioned, I have my organization Be Still and Move, which is the very first thing that I started to develop. It'll be 5 years old in October. Super excited about that. I also have the HGL group, which started about 2 years ago as a nonprofit, but wasn't made official until January of this year, I believe. No, January of last year. And what I have noticed, however, is again, going along with what Ruby has said, you want to think what is going to best serve people, what is the product, what is the service that is best going to suit those that I'm meant to reach and thus help my business grow. And so I have come to the realization, which is why I'm making some changes right now. I am that product. I'm selling relationship building, starting with the relationship that you have with yourself. I'm selling honesty. I'm selling transparency. I'm selling learning how to get rid of negative thoughts. I'm selling all of these different things that are designed to help people learn how to get out of whatever rut they're in, get over whatever bad relationship or marriage that they were in, learn how to process through whatever abuse they face so that they don't allow that to continue to keep them beat down and having issues with self-esteem and self-worth. But the best way I can do that is for me to be transparent. It's for me to be in the public eye. It's for me to show who I am and what I'm dealing with. But more importantly, going back to what Ruby said about making sure that you're doing what's best for the company. I don't share personal stuff that I might be dealing with. I don't let my Facebook page, for example, be a place for me to vent if I have my feelings hurt or vent if I'm having a negative day. I reach out to my tribe to get that out of my system because if somebody is already having a rough day, this is the mindset that I have to have and what you'll need to have if you find out that you are the best product for your company. You have to make sure that you're always thinking about that person who's coming to your page for encouragement. It may not always seem fair. Well, how come I can't vent? How come I can't, just say how I feel? Well, you can, but you have to be more mature and do it offline.
Mm-hmm.
You have to make sure that you have a tribe in place so that you can continue to be honest with yourself, with people that provide that safe space. But understand that if you are selling, and I say that because that's the only word I can think of right now, but if what you are, wanting to get out to society is, hey, you can't overcome this, hey, you don't have to be bitter, hey, you can move forward, you have to make sure that that's all they see. It doesn't have to be fake. You can still say that you're having moments and you can talk about things after you've worked through them, but you have to make sure that you're always in a state of thinking what is good for the company, what is good for the brand, and you have to remove yourself from that equation. So
Right.
that's what I wanted to add.
Thank you. And quick question. Thank you, Mr. McCullough, for watching. I'm Ruby, and that is Allison. And this is Soul Sunday. And today's topic, we are discussing professional manifestation. And right now, we're just
Mhm.
talking about the differences between professional manifestation and personal manifestation. Of course, the first difference was we touched on was about the intention. Of course, when we do personal manifestation, the intention stems from I. What is it I need? What is it that I want? What is it that I desire? Whereas your intention for your professional manifestation is more so geared or more so comes from the point of your business. What is it that I need to make my business better? What is it that I need to help my business to grow? What is it that I need in order for my business to better serve my customer or my client? So that's what we're discussing today. The next difference that I saw between my personal and professional manifestations was, and we spoke about it a little bit, whereas the personal manifestations are more so material type things, like the car, the house, the vacations and stuff like that. Whereas professionally, it's not so much that you have to have a certain car, or it's not so much that you have to have a certain house or anything like that. Of course, you want a nice car. Of course, you want a nice office space, but it's more so focused on your connections. We've all been, if you're a business owner or entrepreneur, we've all been in a situation where opportunities come flying at you left and right. But just because that opportunity comes to you, that does not mean that that opportunity is for you. It doesn't mean that just because a person wants to work with you that they're going to be good for your business or good for whatever it is that you're doing. So you want to get to the point where you are manifesting the people that you need in order to make your business grow. And when I say that, like for instance, with the type of business that I have now, I use Allison for example. When I first thought about doing Soul Sunday, I didn't immediately say, hey, I want it to be Allison. I was like, okay, this is what I want to do, and this is how I want to do it, and these are the types of subjects that I want to discuss. And I'm like, okay, I know I don't want to do it alone. It's not that I'm afraid to do it alone, but I understand that there is power in partnerships. And of course, I'm like, well, I need this type of person. I would prefer to have this type of person. I desire this type of person and basically our ideologies pretty much line up. They don't have to be exactly the same, but we're pretty much on the same page. And with doing that, of course, I had this thought, and then I go to Facebook. The first person that pops up is Allison. And I kid you not, it wasn't even like a full, I don't think it was a full hour. And I was like, oh, I want to do this and talk about this and blah, blah, blah. And let me go on Facebook because, of course, at the time I was on Facebook often, and Allison, first person to pop up. Then I was like, you know what? Now that I think about it, let me go read a few. Yeah. And I'm like, and it's just like, that was back in, what was it? No, October or what? September, October. It was somewhere. I know it was before November because we started in November, but
yeah,
it was nothing that was hard, and it's just knowing the type of person that I needed and knowing what I wanted to do and what I wanted to provide. And I was saying, okay, I need this type of person. I knew exactly the qualities that the person needed to have in order to make what I wanted to do work. That was back in November of last year, and here it is, July 2018. It's been more than 6 months. And, we work together well. We're pretty much on the same page, and it's not hard to do. This is something that we look forward to doing every, Sunday, even though we took a little time off. Look, we need a break from talking sometime. But it was just because I knew for a business or for, professionally, I knew what I wanted to do. I knew what I wanted to provide. And I was able to manifest that particular person. Not that I created that person, but I just attracted that person into my life to say, okay, I'm confident that this is the person that I need to do this with. And back to what I was saying, as far as manifesting those professional connections, be specific on who you want to work with and how you want to work with them, what type of qualities you want them to have, because you don't want to have a business and you hire the wrong person And then it's just like they out here representing your business any kind of way, and you wondering why you're not making any money. That's something
Right.
that you definitely don't want. And it goes beyond just partnerships. If you have a huge company and you're hiring employees, same thing with your employees. If you have a company and you're looking for an investor, the same thing with the investor. If you want to find vendors or have vendors that have specific products or whatever it is that you need to manifest those particular relationships, because you're not just building something momentarily or something for the moment. You're basically wanting to establish something that you can build on, and everybody grows. So,
Yes.
Allison.
You just said so much that I want to dig into, but I'm gonna pick two areas. I'm gonna do good. I'm gonna pick two areas. So the first thing that I want to bring out when Ruby is talking about making sure that you're aligning with the right people, making sure that you are doing what you should to know what you want and to get in a place where you can attract those things or people. I want to first say when Ruby talked about the vision that she had and how she was able, to go on Facebook, and I was the first face that popped up. What I also want you guys to understand is let's go back a year, okay? Because Ruby is one of the people who came from my previous page. Now, my previous page shows every ounce of the path that I have followed towards enlightenment. It starts off when I'm still very much religious. It starts as I'm getting past some different things with my divorce. The person I thought that I was about to have my happily ever after with, it turned out to be a narcissist. My walk away from religion and me just doing things that I hadn't done my whole life because I was like, I can. And so some of that, we see, I didn't drink until I turned 39. I didn't cuss until I turned 39. I was celibate for 4 years. I was just going through all these different things. And so my last page, however, it reflects all of that. If I wanted to cuss you out, I did it because it felt good. I was like, oh my God, I said the S word and I didn't go to hell. I think I'll say it again. And so, so I went through that whole process of coming out of the fall, getting a little too close to the light, and then reeling myself back in. And so the reason that I want to share that, however, is because sometimes you will run into situations where you can be offered something and you're not ready for it. So had I not gotten through that phase and gotten through that whole initial enlightenment process where I was just saying and doing whatever I wanted to say and do, Ruby couldn't have reached out to me. Even if I had been the first person that linked up, she would have had to pass by me because I wasn't wilding out, but I was really enjoying my freedom. I'll just say it that way. And so sometimes you have to be mature enough and know when you're ready and when you're not. And so I'm thankful that I got to the place of leveling off right at the time that this particular thought crossed into Ruby's mind so that I could participate, because she's not lying. We really do look forward to doing this. Even when we take the time off because it's needed, we can't wait to get back to it. So I'm glad that that connection was able to form. The other thing I wanted to say is when you are thinking about, who you want to align with, the word that I cannot stress enough is protection. You have got to protect your brand. You have got to protect your reputation. You have got to protect what your vision is for your business, because you have to understand that there will be people who will sometimes see what you have going on, and they may come at you thinking, with the mindset of, the words will be that they want to help further you along. But the intention is that they see more in what you're doing than you might see at the time, and they want to basically get on those coattails. And so you have to also make sure that you protect it. There are going to be times where you have to say no, and it may seem like a great opportunity. I've had to do that recently. I had a gentleman reach out who wanted to offer me all of these things and sponsorships and stuff, and On paper, it seemed like the answer to my prayers, but I started to notice not that their business is bad, but I had to sit down and say, is what they're doing aligning with what you want? Does it
Right.
align with your reputation? Does it align with what you are planning to do? And the answer was no. And so I had to back away. Now, it could have been lucrative. It could have provided me some financial stuff that I need as a blooming business owner, but I wasn't willing to give up my reputation for that. And
Mm-hmm.
so have to get to a point where you understand, am I ready for this opportunity? Or is this opportunity going to keep me on the path that I have designed for myself? In both instances, no is going to be fearful. You're going to be afraid. Well, why would I give this up? And I need the money. And why would I? That's fear. And you automatically know by fear that you need to go in the opposite direction. Everything else is going to work out.
Right.
So that's what I wanted to add.
Well, okay. Thank you, Allison, for that input. And y'all, we try
You're
not
welcome.
to, go too long with this. It used to be like an hour, hour 15. No, we trying to get it within that 45 minutes. um,
Yes.
Next thing, which is really not a difference between personal manifestation and professional manifestation, but it's still important. Trusting the process. You can't
Mhm.
say you want to manifest a certain thing professionally and then halfway through be like, why is it not working as fast as I thought it would, and abandon it?
Yeah.
No, you can't do that. You have to trust the entire process, whether you agree with it or not. With trusting the process, you have to learn the art of detachment. Hey, Miss Willis, how you doing? And let me say real quick, thank you everybody for watching Soul Sunday with Ruby and Allison. We are discussing professional manifestation. And right now, we just covered a few differences, and now we're just going over trusting the process, which is not really different, but it's still important. But when manifesting, you have to learn how to detach from the outcome. Because one thing about manifestation is you can't you can't manifest anything you don't believe in. And let me say that again. You can't manifest what you don't believe in. So if you don't believe that you can be successful in your business, then you're not going to be successful in your business. You can't manifest something that's not in you. Um,
That's right.
if you want to manifest a six-figure income during the year, but you're not putting in the six-figure income work, that's a clear indication that you don't believe you're worthy of it because you're not working towards that. So guess what? You're not going to get it. But
Yeah.
you have to trust the process. Of course, a six-figure income is not going to work with you doing absolutely nothing. That's not how this works. You have to do some work. You have to put in some work. Sometimes that work may not always be just on social media. That work may be you getting out there and going to some events and doing some things that you're not confident doing. I'm not going to tell you to go out there and do something that you're not comfortable doing. I wouldn't do anything I'm not comfortable doing. But sometimes it's not always a level of being comfortable, but more so confident. A lot of us don't like to speak outside of here, this box that we've made for ourselves. But in order to make the connections that you need to make, to manifest those connections that you need to make, you got to get outside of that box. And getting outside of that box may may mean that you have to go outside and speak. Even though you're not confident in doing it, you know how to speak because clearly you do it here. And if you can do
Right.
it here, then you can do it outside of here, is what I'm saying. And it's just you have to
Mm-hmm.
become confident with doing it outside of your comfort zone, and understanding that you're going to have to do that consistently. You doing it just one time is not going to yield the type of return that you would like. It's going to take you doing it consistently. Trust me, If I only did one episode of Soul Sunday and that was it, then that would have been like, why did you even do the first one? Like, that was pointless. No, you have to be consistent with it. You have to get out there and you have to do it. Just like with building a brand. You can't just make one post on social media and think a brand is built. No. You have to work at it consistently. It may not be every day, because I truly believe that some days you just have to take time off. If they can give you a day off at your job, you can take a time off from you can take a day off from your business. You need that time. But with doing that, even with being consistent and taking time off, you have to trust the process and know that what is for you is going to come for you, but you still have to put in that work. And in the process, it's not going to look like a straight line. And because your line is squiggly, then that does not mean that it's not going to happen. There may be some things in that squiggly line you need to work through, so that when you reach that destination, then you are fully prepared for what comes with that. See, that's one thing that we don't think about. We want all of these things, but then it's like, okay, once we get it, will I be able to maintain it? And if you didn't learn those lessons along the way to help you maintain it, you would have manifested it only to lose it. And that's not what we want. So trust the squiggly line, trust the process, and know that when you go through, it's not a straight line, but you on that squiggly path is going to teach you what you need to be taught, so that when you get that thing that you want, you can keep it, you can maintain it, and you will appreciate it. You have to trust the process. It doesn't matter if it's ugly, if it's beautiful, whatever that process is, you just have to learn to trust it. It will not come easy. Allison?
Well, I'm glad Ruby reminded me, because we took last week off and I forgot that we were trying to cut these down. So I'm going to make my answers a lot shorter.
It's okay. It's okay. You know how we get sometimes. We like to talk, and it's okay.
We do. So I'll bring up the 2 points that stuck out about what she just mentioned. So the comfort zone. I want you to understand that there is a difference between being comfortable and being stretched, or being uncomfortable and being stretched. And so what we're talking about is, we're not telling you to don't do anything that's going to go against your moral compass, but absolutely positively go over everything that is rooted in fear or comfort. So it doesn't matter that you don't normally speak in front of a crowd of people. It doesn't matter that you're a homebody. You cannot be a homebody and build a business. People have to know who you are.
Right.
They have to. If they don't know that you're out there, they don't know to seek you for services, to seek your product, they don't know. So when we talk about comfort zone, we're saying what you're going to have to do as a business owner, as an entrepreneur. 100% of the time, you're going to at least once have to do something that is outside of what you're comfortable doing, because that's going to be where your client base is. That's going to be where your connections are. The universe is not going to make it easy for you. It is not going to allow everything to come into your home, come to your doorstep, because it's designed to push you. It's designed to stretch you.
Right.
Because you may be thinking you just want to be a successful entrepreneur, but as your dollars increase, as those zeros get added, so do the people that you have to be more watchful of and more cautious of. And you can't be Bambi in a lion's world. You just can't. And so allow the process to show you, even the parts that don't feel well, don't feel good, have you doubting your decision, have you feeling like you're not doing enough. Understand that all of that is designed to get you where you need to be, not just so you get there, but so you can handle yourself when you arrive. And so the biggest thing about consistency is, Ruby is 100% right. You've got to do something every day. Now, if you take a day off, that's cool. You need that self-care time, but you cannot do, oh, my post got 300,000 likes, I've arrived. No, you haven't. You just had 300,000 people like that one post. Keep it going.
Right.
So you got to get to that point. And the biggest thing about consistency is it's always fun when you feel like doing it. But consistency is when you do it and don't feel like doing it. So if you don't feel like getting up early, you don't feel like putting up those posts, you don't feel like getting that newsletter or that blog or those videos together, and you do it anyway, you are now walking in consistency.
Right.
So that's all I'm saying.
Thank you, ma'am. Ms. Willis says, can you elaborate a little more on manifesting it than looking it? I think I'm understanding your question. Can you elaborate a little more on manifesting it than looking it? Um, I'm assuming that you're asking more on the actual work part of it as opposed to just looking the parts. Um, I guess more so, let me just start with the looking like it part. And that kind of goes back to what me and Allison talked about previously, like the look of entrepreneurship. When people, um, make it seem like entrepreneurship is all about brunches and high heels and suits and what are those things called? I can't even think. Mimosas and all of that kind of stuff. Uh, yeah, when you look like you've manifested some things. Yeah, that's completely different than actually manifesting the things. Usually,
Mhm.
when we manifest, it looks a lot different. Manifesting is more so those little things that you really can't put a look on. Like for instance, and I would definitely suggest watching it from the beginning to kind of get the whole conversation that Alison and I have had thus far today. But um, what was I going to say? Oh, like for instance, one of the things that we discussed was when you're manifesting professionally, which is pretty much if there's a goal that you want to, wait, you said losing. Let me go back. So can you elaborate a little more on manifesting it than losing it? I'm guessing that's what you're saying. Oh, and we understand with autocorrect, it's okay. With manifesting it, and I'm sorry if I, read it incorrectly, but with manifesting it, I still continue to use the same example as far as the connection, the way I manifested Allison into doing this particular series with me. I knew what I wanted to do, and because I had a clear understanding or vision about what it is that I wanted to do, then it was like, okay, I have that part. I know I don't want to do this alone. I want to do this with someone else, but what qualities do I need that other person to possess? And in doing that, then I understood that I needed somebody that aligned, or we were pretty much on the same page when it came to morals and values and ideologies, and being comfortable with speaking, especially on live video, and being able to effectively communicate. But with doing that and just having a clear understanding of what it was that I wanted and that I needed in order to make my vision successful, then that's where she came in. So it wasn't like she just magically appeared out of somewhere. I just had a clear understanding of what it is that I needed and wanted. And pretty much that would be the same for you, Miss Willis. You would have to have a clear understanding of what it is that you need and what it is that you want and what your desired outcome is. Because if you know what all of those things are, then you will know the right person when that person comes to you. Um, as opposed to not understanding or not clearly understanding what it is that you want and need, and then allowing anybody to come in, and then that person not be for you or for your business. And that could be detrimental, to your overall goal or your overall growth. And then you'll pretty much have to start over with finding somebody else, not only to do the job right, but to fix what the previous person messed up. So hopefully that answers your question from my understanding of what it was. If not, just let me know and I'll definitely try to, get a better answer or answer it more clearly for you. Allison, do you have any input or?
No, I think you hit the nail on the head.
Okay. Well, all right then. Let me see what it is because I don't want to hold y'all too long. Oh, 2:45. We gotta go. No, I'm playing. But um, again, just to kind of give you all an idea of what we discussed today, if you're catching this late, definitely
Mhm.
recommend watching the replay. But we discussed manifesting professionally today. Next week, what we want to talk about next week? Allison, give me a topic. You're supposed to
Hmm.
have one, girl. What you supposed to be ready?
How am I supposed to be anyway?
You're welcome, Miss
uh,
Willis. Oh,
I don't.
how about relationships and entrepreneurship? Or the
I love it.
huh?
You talking my language? I'm ready. Let's do it. That is my language right there. Let's do it.
Yes, we
Yes.
can talk
Yes.
about partners for entrepreneurs. Um,
Yes, we
yeah,
can.
we know as entrepreneurs, it's not easy to be in a relationship and well, let me not say be in a relationship and be an entrepreneur, but be an entrepreneur and be open to a relationship. Let's put it like that.
Mhm.
So we'll do I don't know, I think of a nice name to call it, but I think that would be interesting.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm ready already.
So yes, next week we're gonna talk about entrepreneurs and intimate partners or something like that. I don't know what we're gonna call it
Okay.
yet, but it's gonna be y'all know what it's about. But we'd like to thank you all for tuning in this Sunday and next Sunday. Yeah, I just told y'all what we're gonna talk about. I am Ruby D, the Goddess Entrepreneur, author of the Goddess Grind series, speaker, author, radio personality, creative therapist, creative, some of everything, entrepreneur. But you can find me online at www.thegoddessgrind.com, on Instagram at Ruby D Artistry, RubyDiArtistry. YouTube, just search youtube.com/Ruby Davidson. Um, yeah, so if you need to book a chakra consultation, you can schedule those, reach out to me. I also do them by text, so they don't always have to be in person if you want to be a little more discreet. Um, Next month, we will be launching, me and Tara actually will be launching Soul Therapy Radio. Yes,
Yes.
we did. We had our pop-up healing session and it was so good. Y'all have to watch that video because we had some good conversation going on there too. Miss Willis is always the same time, 2 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Eastern time, 1 p.m. Central time every Sunday. Um, yeah, Allison.
What's up, y'all? Again, I am Allison Denise. I am a transformational coach, speaker, budding writer, blogger, all things in between. And so to connect with me, make sure that you find me on Allison Denise on Facebook. You can also link up with me on the official pages for the HDL group and Be Still and Move, as well as our now closed and private group so that we can go ahead and get a tribe built over there. You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter under that's MS, Allison Denise. And please reach out to me for any speaking engagements that you may have, as well as any coaching that you need, whether it be group, couple, individual, whatever it is. And I'm also licensed to perform weddings too.
She just does it all. Now let me stop. And what I'm actually going to start doing with these weekly broadcasts is uh, what I will kind of call Support Small Business Sunday, where we will shout out a business. So if you would like your business to be shouted out, then send me an email, a comment, or something to let me know, and I will shout out one per week. I can't do everybody. I'm sorry, but this week I'm just gonna go ahead and shout out Miss Tara Jackson and
Yes.
respect the Queen. She
Respect the
is,
queen.
yes. Respect the Queen. She actually broke her first Broken Pieces retreat this earlier no, early June. It's July 1st today. Early June. And the next retreat will be October 6th through 8th of this year. She only has 10 tickets left. She's actually already sold a few. So you definitely want to make sure that you reach out to her. Again, that is Tara Jackson, Terra Jackson, and you can find her here on Facebook, or you can go to our previous video that we did earlier today and hook up with her there. But yes, shout out to Respect the Queen LLC. Definitely support her. We thank you all for watching. We will see you all next week. And that's it. Bye bye.